Continuing the video. That this kidnapper you pursue pilots his own personal airship and a Garland Iron Works 1569-2 at that is fascinating and more than a bit frightening. It hardly needs to be said that such a vessel would be beyond purchasing power of all but the wealthiest Eorzeans. Your quarry, or whoever is paying for his services, likely has nigh limitless riches at his disposal. But have faith, yo. Some of the most capable men in the employ of Highwind Skyways are tracking the rogue vessel as we speak. Whoever is behind these abductions, his identity will not remain secret much longer. I have arranged for Advisor Coulson to meet you at the airship landing in Ul'dah. Whatever knowledge my colleagues have gleaned in the meantime, it will be yours. Your foe is backed by the power of coin, but you have something much stronger on your side, the power of justice. Safe travels, and may you serve that beastman-napping scoundrel his due. Ah, 'tis a pleasure to see you again, lass. Master Tatamuru told me you would be coming. I am pleased to inform you that we were able to retrieve the records requested by the young master with the minimum of trouble. I have taken the liberty of compiling the relevant findings. Yes, the Garland Iron Works Model 15692. According to the records, only 4 were ever produced. A shame, really. It was a marvel of airship design. Unfortunately, unrelenting attacks from Garlean forces that year made for less than ideal manufacturing conditions. But I digress. At the time, 2 of the vessels were purchased by the Sultane, while the other 2 entered Highwind Skyway's own fleet. Of our 2 vessels, one remains in operation to this day, but the other, this is where the records take an odd turn. The records claim that it was decommissioned after suffering extensive damages, then sold off to a trading company known as the Laughing Alchemist. As the ship was heavily damaged, it was sold under the condition that it would be stripped for parts. Yet, this was but a verbal agreement. We have no proof for the Laughing Alchemists carried out their end of the bargain. Service with a smile and price so low the traders will be laughing their heads off. Seek out the Laughing Alchemists for a hilariously good deal. Such are their words. I cannot be certain, but there is something about this transaction that does not sit well with me. The fugitive has been sighted in the vicinity of Emerald Avenue. Buddy Hells seals the gate and block off all entrances to the hustling strip. I don't want to see either of your ugly faces until the beast is in chains. Sir, yes, sir. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. What's this? A fugitive in the streets? You there. We receive reports that a beastman has breached the city gates and prowls the streets thirsting for blood. All civilians are encouraged to seek shelter indoors until we bring the fugitive to justice. Venture outside at your own peril. A beastman rampaging unchecked within the city walls. That is a frightful prospect indeed. In any event, I have shared all that I have to share, and should be returning to my duties. Pray give the young master my regards, and tell him I would be most interested in having a look at that new airship of yours. Hold on. You might hear my cat. Aha. Have I been found at last? It gives me no pleasure to crush the life from your bones, but you leave me no choice. Say farewell to your loved ones, laboring cur, for your next breath shall be your... Do my eyes see true? Yes, they do. Honored ally, I am beside myself with joy at this fated reunion. Do not look so perplexed. It is I, your brother and comrade in arms, Yeldov Ka. I can see the doubt in your eyes. You wonder what brings me so far from the Ring of Ash. I can assure you that I meant no harm to your kind. This I swear. Far from it. No, it is my own brothers that are in danger. Mere hatchlings, stolen from us by the faceless foe. A sniveling cur too cowardly to meet us on the field of battle. Okay, cat. Oh, okay. I pursued him here to Old and this was my mistake. No sooner did I arrive than did they call me a fugitive, criminal, or worse. They claim I visit violence on innocents, which in truth I have not hurt a flea. But they will not listen to reason, and I have no means of escape. Have I no recourse but to become the murderer they would have me be? No, you must not say such things. Who are you to tell me so? It seems you've been busy since we last met, yo. Do not worry for me. My wounds have healed. I cannot tell you who I am, only that I am a friend. You have no desire to harm innocents. This I know. You must follow me. I know a way out of the city walls. Though we have just met, I sense honesty and courage in your words. I will follow you. Do not lead me astray. The fates have returned us for a reason, honored ally. There can be no doubt about it. The war leader awaits you at the Ring of Ash. Pray honor us with your presence again. Honored ally, the fates smile on us today. You return to the Ring of Ash from afar, and we are stronger for your presence. I have heard from Yadav Ga how you and your friend saved his life in Ulda. I fear that the fault in sending him in such unwelcoming environs was my own. The Brotherhood is in your debt once more. When the threat of our mortal foe, the Flame Fangs, was quenched by your hand, Zanrak regained a measure of peace, and yet I fear that these Halicon days were short-lived. Not long ago, an uninvited guest came to the Ring of Ash from the skies, bearing a fearsome blade and ill intentions. Fighting with a fury that belled his slight fame, he quickly subdued the strongest of our kin and absconded with a bevy of hatchlings. The shame, the dishonor, have the proud Almajah fallen so far that they allow their young to be stolen from them like a sack of popados? My kin are shocked and shamed by this loss, but we are still Amaja. Unlike Ifrit's addled slaves, we have not forgotten how to fight for ourselves. The Brotherhood of Ash are warriors, and warriors do not abandon their sons. Yoda of God tells me that you too pursue the same man. Join us in battle once more, honored ally. That the craven whelp will answer for his dishonorable acts, and feel the rage of 1,000 fists crushing his bones into dust. Huh. We of the Brotherhood devote our lives to the pursuit of true martial perfection, as you well know. Yet is it enough for a single Amajad to achieve the limits of his strength? No, the martial prowess we've achieved is passed down from father to son. So does our strength grow through generations. Those that follow reaching heights of puissance their forefathers never knew. The sniveling cur that would break this chain does us the ultimate dishonor. He will answer for the abduction of our young, and he will answer in blood. Honored ally, you and Yadav Ga must go forth and find this wretch. Go forth in courage, and know that when the time comes, your war leader will fight at your side, and our strength will be as one, a towering fist of rage to crush the life from our foe. Honored ally, I am in your debt. The Ildan's hatred for our kind runs even deeper than I imagined. Had the brass blades found me before you and your friend did, I fear I would have been forced to do terrible things. You have spoken with the war leader. Every moment that the hatchlings remain in their abductors' clutches, our dishonor grows. We must take the fight to him, and do so with speed. And yet we know not where he has fled. But perhaps your enigmatic friend does, for she has left you a message. She would speak with you in Ul'dah, where I fear my kind are not welcome. You will go and hear her tale, yes? And here I thought you were one of us, yo. Running off without so much as a word. Is this how you treat a friend and ally? Your ancestor would turn in their graves. Ancestors would turn in their graves. I overheard you talk with the war leader. You pursue a foe of the likes of which we have never seen. A man who embodies the essence of martial perfection for which we strive. Only a fool would pursue him alone. On my honor as a warrior of the Brotherhood of Ash, I, Lun Ga, would face him with you. What is this madness, Lun Ga? The fiercest of our kin were bested easily by this man. If he has reached the peak of martial perfection, you have only begun your journey up the mountain. And how will I ever reach my potential save by trying my skills against a worthy foe? Besides, Yo travels to Ul'dah, does she not? You said it yourself, you would not be welcome there. But I, Amaja within, but Mikote without, can move freely among its people. I will hear no further challenges. Let us be off, yo. This foray into the heart of civilians puts me ill at ease. But no matter. The battle awaits us, stirs the passions deep within my soul. Lunga's passion I will not deny, but her wisdom is often lacking. The war leader would not be pleased to hear of her true intentions. I shall devise a suitable justification for her absence. Still, when that one has her will, steeled her will, few, if any, in the Brotherhood can stop her. See that she does not come to harm, honored ally. Your friend awaits you at the gate of Nald. So this is old, truly, even every elm is as glorious as the stories say. Though these walls are so high, I must commit, confess to feeling a bit closed in. You come, and you bring a strong ally. This is inspiriting indeed. The Sylphs, the Shagan, the Kobolds, the Exel, and now the Almoja. Our best efforts could not thwart the tragedy that strikes at each of Eorzea's beast tribes, and yet all is not lost. For with each heinous act, the shadow that conceals our villains is lifted. Naza Jab, the Ebon Claw, the Laughing Alchemist, the mastermind behind this dark plot will elude us no longer. But first, Yo, there's something I must tell you, and someone you must meet. When you are ready, come to the gate of Thal. Yo, doubtless you wonder what this place is, who I am. Finally, the time has come that I may tell you. Allow me to welcome you to the head offices of Archtown Consortium, Eorzea's greatest purveyor of all things crystal. Oh, that mustache. I have the pleasure of being Shenga Messinga, chairman and president of the consortium, and I have the honor of making your acquaintance. 'Tis rare that I am so blessed as to meet a like-minded soul. Our dear Sylvie has told us all about your efforts to build trust and goodwill between Eorzeans and the 5 beast tribes. An admirable aim, and one I share. The beastmen may be fearsome of appearance and eccentric in character, but are they truly so different from you and I? This is why I founded the consortium. In purchasing crystals from amenable tribes in return for vital resources they require, I aimed to aid them in becoming self-sufficient. In this way, I hope to foster a lasting friendship between our peoples. It does not hurt that this arrangement has proved quite profitable as well. If I perform these acts simply out of the goodness of my heart, I'd like to see my Uldan and citizenship revoked. All jesting aside, it goes without saying that few of the Sultanate share my fondness for beastmen, and so I keep up appearances as a common trader. I would ask that you keep all I have told you in the closest of confidence. Forgive me for having kept you in the dark. Yo, as a humble assistant to Master Shanga, I did not feel it was my place to speak of the consortium's true aims. A bit too humble, I say, though Miss Sylvie joined our ranks only recently. She has shown a remarkable commitment to the ideals we espouse. I consider her amongst the consortium's most valuable members. She has proven particularly capable in the investigation of beastmen abductions. If you would know the truth, these crimes are nothing new. The consortium has been investigating similar reports from the beast tribes for some time, but to no avail. But over time, they grew more frequent and bold. I will never forgive them. Never. Yo, was it? You are a rare woman. One that Sylph, Cobalt, Shagan, Almoja, and Axel alike will look in the eye and call in a friend. Far and wide has the Ashkran consortium searched, but I believe we have found our champion. Join us, friend, that we might bring this menace who would prey on innocent beastmen to justice. Without you, our cause is lost. We are lost. You will join us, won't you, Yo? Thank you. Not long ago, a messenger arrived on behalf of Momodi at the quicksand. It would seem she would speak with you about an important matter. I do not understand all that was spoken, but it matters little. What matters is that we are one step closer to exacting vengeance on our hated foe. Momodi. There you are, yo. These three have been asking all over for you. It hardens me to see you well, yo. I was afraid the kidnapper had stowed you away on an airship somewhere. Lieutenant Gateways of the Maelstrom reporting for duty. I meant to bring Gigu along, but he gave me some excuse about having lost his walking shoes. A pleasure to see you again, good madame. Thinking that my academic expertise might avail you in the search for the kidnapper, I decided to make the trip to Olda. Elder Frixio and the others danced wildly when I told them I might not return to Little Solace. I fear the overwhelming sorrow and loss at my departure has driven the poor things to madness, and yet I knew it was my calling to join you. These three will join us in battle, adventurer. Such allies are welcome indeed, though we might do without the skinny fellow with the spectacles. Since we last met, I did my own research into the Laughing Alchemist of whom Advisor Coulson spoke. Sadly, reliable information on this organization is not easy to come by. What would they stand to gain from a mass abduction of the realm's beastmen? The motives are a mystery wrapped in an enigma, as are the current whereabouts of the arrb. I've got a feeling that whatever they're plotting, we've got precious little time to put a stop to it. Yes, it is clear that the time is of the essence. In my estimation, the best course of action would be for us to split up and pursue different angles that might afford us further clues. Would we all be in agreement? I will pay visit to the airship landing. By speaking to the deckhands and examining the records, perhaps I can ascertain the destination of the Laughing Alchemist vessel. I heard from my superiors a beastman abduction reported last year. No one thought much of them at the time, but in light of recent events, I reckon they warrant a closer investigation. I have a friend or two at the Alchemist Guild. Perhaps they might be able to shed light on the Lightning Alchemist and their shady dealings. I shall pursue the man they call Ebon Claw. He is hiding under my nose. I can smell it and feel it in my bones. Excellent, my friends. Whatever information we come upon, we will share with you here. Now let us get to work. Our beastmen friends are counting on us. Okay. Hello. Just had to chat it up with Sprout. To the things. Going the wrong way. Yo, through the twisted, tortuous streets of the city I have tracked our quarry, and at long last I have found his lair. Within the garish chambers of this place, the platinum mirage, the craven curse, slumbers, using this misbegotten riches to shelter himself from our vengeance. I demanded entrance so that I might meet the fiend in a single combat, but that fool child over there had the gall to refuse me entry. We cannot confirm your membership without looking upon your face, milady, she said. Do come back when you have removed that ridiculous costume and have dressed a bit more formally. Costume. This battle mask is a symbol of my rebirth and resolve. It represents my transformation into an Elmojaw soldier, ever strong and proud. I would die before removing it from my face for so petty a reason. Besides, these are the only garments I own. Well, yo, you are more familiar with civilized life than I. How might I best approach this? Oh, okay, I guess that was it. Do. There you are, yo. You'll be happy to hear I was able to acquire the records of all reported cases of beastmen disappearances over the past year. How, ye ask? Let's just say the Skateways has more than a few friends, and not all of them are as worthless as Goo and his sorry lot. Any road, here's one case that caught my eye. Dated 6 months ago or thereabout, an undread odd sylph corpse unearthed in northern Thanalan. Cause of death unknown. Had the bodies belonged to the old citizens, you can bet your bottom gill this story would have graced the front page of Mithril Eye. But beastmen? Doubtless they've turned hostile and were dispatched by some well-meaning adventurers, or so the reasoning was at the time. But recent events put this incident in a whole new light. Sylphs in Thanalan? Aye, that's more than a mite suspicious. As was the state of bodies, not a single external wound, poison perhaps. I'm no agent of inquiry, but I'd wager there's more than a passing connection between this and the recent beastmen abductions. We'll just have to see what clues the others turn up and work from there. Cool. Oh, adventurer. I was wondering when you might show up. I've been perusing the pages of the guild ledger for all purchases made by the Laughing Alchemist. Quite an assortment of rare and curious ingredients, I must say. 80 hunks of rotted void scent flesh, 20 bulbs of Narcissus phantomus, 50 pounds of lost soul entrails. As much as this may shock you, friend, the alchemical arts fall somewhat outside my otherwise extensive area of expertise. An alchemist acquaintance of mine, however, informed me that the state of such items on the open market is strictly prohibited. As he told it, they have been known to be employed in the practice of certain forbidden arts, the precise nature of which he seemed unwilling to relate in detail. Forbidden arts, Elder Fixio, forbade me from ever adorning myself in chocobo feathers again. By the gods. Have the Laughing Alchemist devived an elixir to turn beastmen into beast birds? If so, I dare say we have a crisis of colossal proportions on our hands. You couldn't have come at a better time. I was just perusing the arrival of departure records, and sure enough, a series of entries quickly caught my eye. To wit, numerous requests for emergency landing clearance for a vessel registered to one Memurgia, chairman of the Laughing Alchemist. These entries grow more frequent over the past 6 moons or so, corresponding precisely with the recent outbreak of beastmen abductions. Memurgia, I have heard the name before, and heard things I would rather forget. A man of great wealth, few can, or are willing to, say how he came by his fortunes. Some rumors say he deals in black market weapons, some suggest far worse. In some circles, they even call him the Deathmonger. I think we can safely say that we found the man pulling the strings behind the beastmen's abductions. The two questions remain. To what end, and where might we find him? Our friends have finished their investigations as well? Splendid. Let us return to the Arch Crown Consortium offices and plot our next course of action. Yo, the others have yet to return, but I fear our time grows short. Did they share with you their findings? I see. All signs point to the Laughing Alchemist and their chairman, Master Mermega, as being the mastermind behind these terrible crimes. What's more, he has been involved in shady dealings with the Alchemist Guild, procuring various prohibited substances known to be used in forbidden arts. In a seemingly unrelated event, the corpses of countless sylphs were unearthed in Thanalin's 6 moons past, dead most likely from poison. Since that day, Beastman abductions have been reported with increasingly regularity across the realm. I hoped against hope that it would not come to this, but the evidence is overwhelming. Yes, they call the man Deathmonger. It would seem he has decided to truly earn the name Necromancio. The man has a mind to raise an undead army, born from the souls of our beastmen friends. We must find him at once and put a stop to this madness. You say that his hired blade has taken up lodgings in the Platinum Mirage? Fortunately for us, Master Shanga is a member in the highest of standing. He should have no trouble securing entrance for us, which leaves only the matter of Lunga and the dress code. I know not if this will meet your friend's liking, but it should serve its purposes just the same. I shall be along in due time. Naza's job. You will pay for your crimes against my loved ones. Yo, I have been keeping close watch on the entrance to this place. The craven cur has yet to show his face. I suspect that he still cowers within the comforts of his chambers. Did you speak with Sylvie? Was she able to secure us a passage within? The battle calls me, adventurer. I can contain my rage no longer. What are these flimsy rags, and why do you show them to me? Surely you jest, yo. I am a warrior of Amal Jah. I would sooner see the flesh rent from my bones than clothe myself in these soft, supple fabrics. I truly must wear them? Many moons have I lived, yet never have I suffered such dishonor. Were the lives of my brothers not at stake, I would rend these rags in my hand and leave this dreadful place in an instant. Very well, adventurer. I will wear these coward tatters, but you must swear on your life that none back home shall hear word of this madness. Must you gape at me so, as if my shame did not cut deeply enough? There had best not be anything else. There is something else, isn't there? You cannot possibly mean my face. This battle mask was bestowed to me by the war leader himself. It is a symbol of my passion and pride. It marks me as a brother of Ash. You may just as well ask me to rip my very flesh off my face. And this I shall not yield. The battle mask stays. Gah, the shame, the indignity. Forgive me, war leader. It is for the lives of my brothers, for vengeance against our foe, and for the pursuit of martial perfection that I subject myself to this dishonor. She looks good. You are a friend, but say one word and it will be your last. Now let us go. Our fated battle with the mortal foe awaits within. I have never seen anything like this. It is a veritable palace. Okay. Don't look now. I do not recall summoning horrors. Bulldog customs are so crude. Silence, fiend. You will pay for your crimes. Such strength. Nizzle's jab. We have uncovered your master's dark plot. The Deathmonger would slay beastmen in masses and raise an army of the dead, and you lend your strength to this heinous cause. Oh, that nonsense? Yes, now that you mention it, I do believe that was his silly little plot. Have you come here to stop me? Nonsense. Silly. Is the mass murder of thousands of innocent beastmen so humorous to you? I know your type too well. You see beastmen as little more than feral savages. I do? Well, well, this is quite a surprise. I have always strived to maintain equal disdain for all beings weaker than my disdain for all beings weaker than myself. That would be everyone, in case you haven't been paying attention. If Master Muriga would raise an army of zombie beastmen and conquer the realm, he can have it. I seek one thing and one thing alone, an equal. And equal? I have traveled the realm 100 times over and crossed blades with the greatest warriors Eorzea has ever known, and yet none, not a one, can match my prowess. No, it is not for fame, not for riches, not for glory I fight. For once, just once, I would know the thrill, the passion of facing a worthy foe on the field of battle, the smell, the sweet stench of my impending death emerging triumphant as I always done. You would see thousands of innocents die just to satisfy your depraved thirst for thrills? If anyone there should be called beast, it is you. My poor, misguided little girl. Death is but the blissful terminus of the lives of the weak. Come, and I shall show you its sweet embrace. When my friends vanished 6 moons ago, I asked myself why. What had they done to deserve such a fate? With the help of Yo and her friends, I began to put the pieces together. Beastmen, you, Memurja, would raise a legion of undead, a limitless supply of deathless warriors that he could auction off to the highest bidder. Why, it's a veritable license to mint Gil. But where would he find his dead? Exhuming the bodies of Eorzeans would quickly attract unwanted attention, but beastmen, seen by so many as a scourge to the realm, yes, who would miss a beastman or two, or 200, or 2,000? Brava, brava, spoken with such passion. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were a beastman yourself. I knew it! This one you, Claude, killed this one's friend. This one will have revenge. Are you my eyes to be believed? Answer me, Claude 1. Where is Master 1? Where can this one find this one's friends? I could tell you, but I don't think Master Murmija would be too pleased. And he is rather generous with his coin, you see. Whatever the Deathmonger is paying you, we'll double it. No, we'll triple it. Would you prefer your payment in gil, jewels, and gemstones, perhaps? This is no mere idle bluff. I swear it on the name of my father, chairman of Highwind Skyways. Mayhap you've heard of them? Haha, you speak madness, but this is my kind of madness. Perhaps I have found worthy rivals after all. Master Memirigia set forth for the invisible city. Doubtless the experiments have already begun. Good heavens, so the poor beastmen are being transformed into chocobos as we speak? We must stop them. Chocobos? That is all I will say. Your offer is tempting, little man, but I have riches enough to last a lifetime. If you would face my blade, however, your presence is more than welcome. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. At this one, and this one will be your last. Yes, that's the spirit. I expect nothing less than a bloody feast for the soul and senses. Do try not to disappoint me now. I believe our business is done here. Let us leave this place. Sorry. Uh... Forgive me, yo. This is the second time I deceived you. No, this one is the self of Little Solace. This one's true name is Slixbio XTO. The Walking One Sylvie is a creation of this one's skin-changing magics. This one learned the ways and words of the Walking Ones. This one would walk amongst the Walking Ones and talk as Walking Ones talk, that these ones and Walking Ones might grow to understand each other. Others felt as this one did. Together, these ones left Little Solace behind, seeking out the cities of Walking Ones. But this one's journey was cut short. Laughing Ones saw through these ones' disguises. These ones were ambushed in Thanon. The still slain in Thanon, gods, ye were one of them. Yes, this one escaped, but the others were not so fortunate. It was then that this one made a vow. This one would bring Laughing Ones to justice. This one assumed the form of a Walking One Sylvie, came to this place, and befriended kindly one Master Shanga. Master Shanga is a kindly one, but Master Shanga is still Walking One. This one was afraid to reveal this one's true face, so this one toiled in secret, pursuing Claude One at every turn. The acts of these vile men would throw a spanner into our efforts in building trust with the Beastmen. Let us hurry to the Invisible City and put an end to their plot once and for all. The Invisible City, a desolate palace home to naught but those lost souls of ages long past. Why ever would this Mamirja choose such a remote place to work his dark magics? Doubtless a ghost town on the outskirts of civilization. It is exactly what the Laughing Alchemist had in mind. Why, just think of what would happen if something went awry with the experiment. An army of undead beast chocobos running amok in plain view of the populace, there would be panic. Yes, that sounds about right. Any road. The time for talking is through. It is time for action. We will inform the leaders of each of the respective beast tribe settlements. Yo and join you at the Invisible City shortly after. Ah, yes, I've been instructed to give you this. It was told it was an explosive of sulfic make, enhanced somewhat by one Bago of the 789th Order, and then further modified for optimal throwing by the Enchanty 9. Think of it as a collaborative effort by all our Beastmen friends. I trust it will serve you well. Now let us go forth and put an end to Memurga's mad plot. Okay, I'm gonna call it here. This quest chain is longer than I thought. Sorry for the lack of outro last video. I assumed it was gonna be one video, but, you know. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.